Papasquatjon, coming at ya. We've got some music. Wow, my color is completely washed out, and I don't know why. Maybe it's this pinkish shirt with... Aha, there. Why does it do that? It's so weird. I have a lamp over here, which you can clearly tell because that side of my face is lit up. But sometimes it really washes things out, and I don't know what the reason is. We're going to listen to something that somebody named Conjure sent into me. C-O-N-G-U-R-E. Conjure as in like conjuration and summoning, the old like D&D type stuff. This is called I Don't Fuck With Nobody, or FW Nobody is what it says here. It came out just a few days ago. Conjure sent this to me, I think, over Instagram, and I remembered to forward it to myself, so we will get to listen to it in fairly short order here. It includes NEVIKYO, and Chemical Mix, who I assume are two of the artists on this. Produced by triplin, and it has some hashtags way over on the side. It says hashtag Flux, and it's hashtag Disturbia616, and Missing No. Don't know what any of that means, but I assume it's important in these subcultures of the musics. Let's go. Conjure, thank you for sending this to me. If you are an artist who makes music and you want to send me stuff, please contact me at the email address listed down below here, the papasquatjon08@gmail.com. I love to get music from people who are trying to get into business and trying to get into music and trying just to make music and want some feedback on their stuff from somebody who really is not going to be a dick to you. I am trying to support people doing what they love and getting into the music or the business that they want to at an early age. I think if you find what you want to do it, and don't let anybody stop you. And maybe you suck at it, but you know what? Everybody sucks when they start. It's the rare people who are like, oh, you're a prodigy, and they kind of have a leg up on the rest of us anyway. So send me your music. I love to listen to it. I love to check out stuff from new artists. I do at least 1 or 2 videos a day from new artists, and I would love to react to your music. I know that seems very disingenuous to say, because I have probably never heard your music, but I really would love to react to it, and hopefully get your name out there and give you some props and give you some positive, constructive criticism. There you go. Let's check this out. I Don't F With Nobody from NEVIKYO and Chemical Mix, and this is again sent to me by Conjure. Let's check it out. 1 minute 39 seconds. It's a quick one. Oh, I'm liking this. It's very, very cool sounding. I like the kind of the weird messing with the music itself to create a little bit of a beat or interruption in it. The music kind of has an interesting urban feel to me because of the sirens and everything. I'm not sure if it's specifically supposed to be urban, but obviously, you know, sirens just seem like something that you hear in the city more so than out in the countryside. And it's really a good sound. I'm liking it. I was expecting, because of this picture, I was expecting something really kind of more in the vein of like Cemetery or something, just like very, very dark and very ominous and very scary sounding. And this does not sound like that. It has a little bit of an edge to it, but it doesn't sound completely hopeless, dark, and bloody, right? Which is kind of what that picture looks like. Love it.
I feel disturbed.
It's interesting because I get a huge dose of like 2000s, 2010s electronic music. Just in terms of a lot of the influences here, the sound of it, the feel of it, the beat when it comes in seems very electronic, EDM sort of feel. I really am liking it a lot.
My soul, you know my friend and my, you know my friend and my bitch and my phone. You know my friend and my bitch and my, you know my friend and my bitch and my phone.
Like
You know my friend and my bitch and my, you know.
You're listening to Disturbia Radio.
You know my friend and my bitch and my phone. I find it hard to let it go. Slide with a nod, I'ma fuck on your hoe.
There's like 3 or 4 different songs that the sections of this song could be turned into, and I would be happy to listen to every single one of them. It sounds like right now we're going to speed up a little bit as we're going into this section. I love the transitions here between these. It's really, really cool sounding.
I find it hard to let it go. Slide with a nod, I'ma fuck on your hoe. Big ass chopper, but I got it on the low. Watching my blood as it drips in the snow. That talk bitch, I'ma have to let it blow. Ice in my veins and my ear fight below. I feel like Sosa, bitch, I wanna glow. If you run up on me, protect me, toe. She said she want love, I told that bitch no. He think we gang, so he calling me crow. How much you could you all love when I bleed? You know my friend and my bitch and my foe.
Super interesting. I gotta see how much music you've got here. Okay, so just a handful of tracks. I'd be super curious to check out the rest of these, and unless you send me some stuff to listen to in the next couple of days, Conjure, I may go listen to the rest of these, because what this track reminds me of, and I don't mean this at all in a bad way, I hope, please don't take it that way, it reminds me of the early 80s music that I listen to often on the channel, at least a track a week, right? Which is what I started this channel to listen to, is like working from the late 70s up through whenever I decided to stop. But what this reminds me of is the music from that time period where people found something that they wanted to experiment with, and they would just let it go and let it play and let it play and let it play and let it play. And you're doing something similar, I think, in my opinion, totally, where you hit upon a couple of different styles that you wanted to play with and experiment with, and you jam them all into one song. So you've got this early section here where totally cool. Then you also work in a little bit of the interruptions.
I feel disturbed.
And then we head into this next section. Like you played with what you wanted to in that section, right? The just sort of weird, sort of the music kind of pulsing in and out on you to create its own feeling, right? And it's very, very cool. And then you're like, okay, I finished with that, now I want to move on to this next section. Some of the music drops away, it's much more about the voice. There's that rewind effect that sort of is in there, but it's this section is very much about the beat and the voice. And lots of repetition and modulator change ups on the voice, and concentrating on that is the thing that kind of gives this section its personality.
You're listening to Disturbia Radio.
And then this, you start bringing in a couple of different like random sample things. You're listening to Disturbia Radio, and then here the music drops down again, and it gets like sort of this radio sort of feel to it.
You know my finger, my bitch, and my phone.
And that makes sense because you talk about Disturbia radio and it kind of sounds like a radio, and then you build back up and and so you've played with that stuff now, and that's out of the way, and now you move on to another thing. And then, like I said, these could each individually be songs and or be larger sections of other songs that I think would, I can't even say it would hold together better, because I think this song does kind of hold together. There are some little bit of interruptions that I think don't do the overall song as big a benefit as they could if you cut it down to like 2 or maybe 3 different styles in this one track. But anyway, so we come out of this radio sounding stuff and head back into something with a bigger sound.
I find it hard to let it go.
Sounds nice, sounds like we're calling back to kind of the start of the song with the lyrics and the voice and everything, but then we start to get this like speeding up effect going on.
Slide with a nod, I'ma fuck on your hoe. Big ass chopper, but I got it on the low. Watching my blood as it drips in the snow.
And then it seems like it's sped up maybe a little too much, a little too fast, so you slow it back down again.
Talk bitch, I'ma have to let it blow. Ice in my veins.
Speed it up again, slow it down again.
So bitch, I wanna glow. If you run up on me,
Weird interruptions to the music itself, similar to early in the song.
love, I told that bitch no. He think we gangsta.
Slow it down again.
You know my friend.
Kind of an underwater effect
My
there.
bitch and my flow.
Very cool sound effect, and the weird interruptions again that I love those. I absolutely love them. And then we get to this tail end where it's just sort of a cool sounding beat and takes us all the way out. But it doesn't really feel like this song has a beginning, middle, and end. It feels like it has a beginning, and then it just ends. And the thing is, I think it sounds super cool. So I hope you don't take this all in a bad way, because I really don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it in a, you are onto some very cool stuff, and I love to see you experimenting. But if you want to have, in my opinion, totally my opinion, if you want to have a song that hangs together and seems to have a beginning, middle, and an end, unless you purposely don't want to have an end, or a beginning or a middle, then, I mean, keep playing around is really what I'm saying. Because you're doing some really cool stuff. I just don't know if you're doing the song the biggest, like your best service that you could be giving it, because it's really cool, and I want to hear something that feels like a complete song. And right now, this sort of just feels like here's a part, 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 and then here's the end. And it's not satisfying, even if I do find all the parts really cool and really fun to listen to. I feel like a dick right now for saying all of that, but that is honestly what, like, my reaction to it. It's super, super cool. I just want there to be more of a story to it, like more of something that I can hook into and hold on to, if not all the way through, enough of the way through that I get it and I understand it, and I understand what you're all trying to say when you work on this, because obviously you've put in a bunch of you have put in a ton of time and effort into this, and it sounds awesome. I just want it to hang together as a song. There. That's it. I really like this. Send me more stuff, and if you don't, I'm going to go listen to all your other tracks, because I want to see what it is you're doing, and maybe this is just your experimental phase, and that's awesome. That's absolutely what you should be doing. Pop Squat, check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think. I'm very curious as to what other people think about this, because I think it sounds super cool. I want more. Bye-bye.